What's up, everybody? What's up, One Slick Dude? What's up, Evil Black Cat? Jay Lucian. Just remember, if money talks and bullshit walks, you're a walking. Oh, my first name's not Christopher.
So you own a walk-in? Why you are implies
No,
ownership as opposed
I
to
only have a walkie that talkies.
if you want to do it the way if what he's trying to get at is YOU apostrophe RE, but well.
Yeah. Meow motherfucker. Just say the word, man. I don't think YouTube's gonna block it. Maybe they will. We'll let you know. Alrighty then. Anybody else who might be watching at home? Hello. Thank you for being here. Make sure you click the like button, hit subscribe, and check out our Ko-Fi link, which is in the description box of this video. Watch it replay. And for those watching live right now, the Ko-Fi link is actually tagged up top. If you want to help support the channel, you can do that. So you can, like I said, you can also just click on the like button, and at the end of the stream, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you picked up this week, if you picked up any books. And you can even put them in your favorite to least favorite if you want to, or vice versa. Back in a bit, chat is coming up blank for me. That means I need to reboot the browser. Bowser, same thing.
Do. Bowser. Sanana.
Yeah. King Koopa. Anyway. So what's up? He asked randomly to anybody who might answer.
Not the temperature. Remember what I was saying it was last week?
So it's nice and cold now?
It says 5.
Oh, okay. So right now it is 40 degrees.
You got our weather, and I think we got yours.
Well, probably. Well, that all changes next week. Next week it go back to cold. Today was 54 degrees today, so I was able to get my car wash, which if a new car wash opened up around by me, which I don't think many people know it's there, and I went to go through it because all the other ones, gas stations, I went to like 4 or 5 of them. I drove around, even the ones that are out of nowhere, basically in the middle of nowhere, just kind of tucked where only a few people know about them. They have car washes, and they were just like 14 to 15 cars deep. And I said, I'm not waiting an hour in line or more to get a car wash. So I went to this other one. Okay, figured I'll go check it out. And, it's a full service car wash. It's usually like $22 for the full service and everything. But I got it for free. I don't know. Maybe for the residents, they're just doing, free car washes, get the word out. And yeah, free car wash. Heck yeah. Got the salt off the undercarriage of my car. And, my car is going back from being bright white or dusty white to actually being like a nice cherry red again. But, all right, well, welcome back, Marania. Says there we go. It's a weird when I click on the live stream link and the live chat is blank. I don't know. Bring back Froggy. How about bring back last evil Ginger Cat? He was nicer because he was less evil. All right. So I got some new books this week. I got a lot of back issues though. I'm talking comic books. But I do have some back issues from carrying those old back issues. Ooh. Over the past week, I've sold about almost 2.5 boxes of short boxes of comic books. So, but I've been using that instant credit I've been accumulating just to go buy other back issues that I haven't read yet. So kind of just exchanging. So, and I'll be excited to show those off tonight. I know Barani will like some of them. I know Breen will too. Got some really cool ones. But let's start off with the new books. Unless somebody else wants to go first, let me know. We can go through my books. And then we'll go through once everybody gets around, and I'll do my back issues. All right. Number 7 for this week. It's a new series. Just came out new number 1 through Dynamite. Ed Brisson's doing the writing on it, and Cam Batis is the artist on here. George Cambatis. And honestly, it's actually a pretty good book. It's based off an 80s anime, or not anime, but an 80s cartoon. It came out late 80s. And some of you who are older enough, Gen Xers probably watched this, or maybe you didn't. I thought it was pretty cool for a story that takes place after the events of the series. Silverhawks came out this week. Honestly, never watch a single moment of the show, just the intro. What's great about this is perfectly good for new people who are new to the show, never watched the show. Basically, it takes 100 years after the events of the series, the cartoon series, and has the old team pretty much coming back because their old villain escapes prison, and now because they're too old, it's basically the Avengers were too old to basically function as a team. Now it's the young Avengers and the next Avengers. So basically, the new program, the Silverhawk program, has been been shut down for the past 100 years because there was no need for it. There's been peace, and now that the main bad guy is basically loose, they decide to basically reinitiate the Silverhawk program in creating a new team. And their newest member is a cop who ends up getting ambushed by one of the villains. So, isn't that interior page one of the variant covers? This is just the main cover. This is Lucia Perillo. But, yeah. So, this is their art getting it. It is cartoonish art. I was expecting better, but it is Dynamite. So, but that's the main character who will be become the new leader. Like I said, very cartoonish art. I guess this is the guy who was working on Gargoyles, so that's why it is the art. It is the style, but honestly, and here's the main bad guy who looks like an evil version of Lionel, some kind of or some kind of flower. I don't know. And MK, exactly what not MK, but Marania. That's the whole point. They're trying to make it based off the animation, but I've never watched the cartoon, so I don't really know what the animation's art style looks like. All I know is this artist is way better on Gargoyles than he was on that horrible John Carter of Mars, Warlord of Mars series. But yeah. So honestly, like I said, at first it was slow because I have no connection to this show whatsoever. But pretty much it shows the old team coming in, and some of them still want to fight, but they're too old at this point. They're like in their 60s or 70s now. I mean, they're half cyber, which doesn't make sense. I guess they're half cyborg, so their human parts are failing, but the rest of the bodies are basically still robotic. If that makes sense. And yeah. So basically, the old team's going to train this new team, which I don't mind. Unless you're a fan or you really wanted to get the old team back, like they did with Transformers and they did with what was it, Thundercats. This is more a continuation than it is a reboot or soft reboot of the show. But then again, like I said, I never watched the cartoon, so maybe it does have a little bit liberties taken with this. Being Ed Brisson, I was, I read his Apex Thundercats and I thought it was pretty good. And this was good too. It doesn't preach to me. And that's all I ask for. If you're gonna have a book, don't lecture me on shit. Just put a good story in there and just have some action, have some adventure. It has a little bit of comedy and serious drama. Just put out something that I can read and escape into without having to be reminded, oh, Orange Man bad, or immigration. Who gives a shit about that? I want to read a book about science fiction, story. So it did well. I thought so. Out of 5 being the best, and 0 stars being it sucks. I'd say it's about 3.5 stars so far. Almost 4. This is just basically a starter or to catch you up as far as who the Hawks are and basically who the villains are. So it's a great jumping on point. All right. All right. Number 6. Thundercats. So basically it's going this series has been picking up a new story arc. We're reintroduced to Jong again, who's basically brought back, who's basically we learned that even though he died, when they first landed on New Thundera or Third Earth, whatever, basically that his spirit's still alive, just like it was in the cartoon. And there's a new character here who basically who was a girl who worked for Jaga as a spy, and she's the one that in the very beginning of the series fell in love with Lionel but betrayed him, and yeah, so we're learning more about her relationship with Jaga while being pursued. We also get to see Tigra, and Chitara, their relationship, basically more cementing that they are a couple. And we also him also coming up with a new form of a weapon they can use for the Thunderium, which they are mining from Third Earth. Panthro is and Wily Kit are hanging out. So honestly, it's actually improving. This is Declan Shavley or Shavley. His name is Declan Shalvey and Drew Moss. So way better than the Terminator book that they were putting out. All right, number 6, final issue of Red Sonja, which sucks because I only got the 18. Basically, it wraps up pretty nicely. She defeats Kulan Gath at the price of basically, after she takes away his power. And now she has to a choice, either she stays dead or she can the demons or control whatever the gods basically make a bargain with her, take away her prize basically, and and the prize in order to return back to life is that she has to basically give up the fact that she's responsible for saving the day and no one remembers her. And at the end, it basically ends with her talking about new adventures that could come. Kind of sad to see because I'm honestly I don't want Torn Grinbeck off this book. I'm afraid they're gonna put somebody else on there who's horrible. Thank God that Gail Simone's busy at Marvel.
Yeah.
And Christopher Priest is too busy butchering Vampirella. I have a bad feeling Mark Russell is going to be back on this book soon because I haven't seen him doing anything else.
He's at Marvel right now.
Is he? What is he working on?
X Factor.
Oh, like I said. Or look at it this way: if I can't have a good writer on here, don't put it out. We'll put it in limbo, just like the movie, right? It's been 2 years since it's supposed to come out. Yeah. It ain't never coming out. Alrighty then. What's up, Less Evil Ginger Cat? Hello to Cheeseburger Comics. MK30, what's up? And anyone else that may have popped in here while I was too busy talking. Number 5 for this week. Superman Lex Luthor special. Don't really know what to make of the ending because they kind of tease it. I guess I don't want to spoil for anybody who hasn't read it. But if you are following the Josh Williams series, you know what's been happening with Lex Luthor. Basically, when he defeated Brainiac, he sacrificed all his memories. He's basically just been a new Lex Luthor. He's actually been a nice guy. He's formed a relationship with Mercy. They kind of like each other. And it's just actually it was a pretty cool story. The only thing that was interesting is that Mr. Terrific needed the old Lex Luthor's help because our project they were working on in order to figure out this basically when Dark in this series, the New Dawn, Dark Side created an Elseworld, and they needed a way to communicate over there. So he needed Lex Luthor's help. That Mister Terrific did, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing as far as the characters. I think it was peculiar. It caught me off guard. But Lex starts to remember some of his older memories. His mom teaching him to play piano, and his dad basically being an alcoholic, Lionel, and he remembers a device that he basically worked on to communicate with the aliens in space by sending music out, which turned out the music when he sent it out in the field, it actually didn't go into space, but it went into when Clark Kent was a baby, and John and Martha were trying to get him to stop crying, but that music that was being he heard with the super hearing, it would soothe him. So at the end of this, Clark hears Lex Luthor playing that song on the piano, and he's concerned that the old evil Lex Luthor might be back.
So one thing I hate is that they always keep trying to do, and this was gotten rid of by Byrne in the remake of Superman, is connect Lex Luthor and Clark Kent at knowing each other or being interacting as children. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think that was Silver Age, wasn't that? I mean, as far as Byrne stuff, I thought Byrne was all retconned already.
It is.
Yeah, so there's. Yeah, like I said, this is not the Byrne Superman.
Yeah, don't want to keep a good.
The closest you ever get to Byrne Superman is Tomasi. Sadly. All right, number 4. Number 4 is actually a pretty good book too. Green Lantern
is the place to be.
With sweet JoJo Mullins, fine ass. And we also got Hal, Jessica Cruz, and Jon Stewart. Jessica Cruz is just on the cover for kicks, because she doesn't show up in this. Really doesn't do anything. Neither does really this guy. If you like seeing a happy couple, that's what you get here. You get Hal Jordan and Star Sapphire flirting and hanging out. We get to see Kyle being more active in this series, which is always great. Kyle ends up teaming up with Connor Kent, Superboy, and then this other girl who basically is a time thief, or I guess, or whatever. She was locked up in the science cells at the OA, and Kyle says, like, how about instead of throwing you in there, how about we give you a chance, to redeem yourself? Basically blackmails. Otherwise, you can call it basically hints at Goldbug, I think it was, or Gold Beetle. She was basically the new time traveler or Rip Hunter or whatever, who's been looking for her. Which the only really down part to this whole book is that Jeremy Adams said he originally wanted to have Kyle, Connor Kent, and Cassie Sandsmark together working as a team.
Well, apparently Cassie's busy attacking random supervillains for no reason over in Wonder Woman.
Yeah. They said no. And so that's why when you get this girl, this love interest, she basically looks like we get a really weird scene, and I'm debating if I show this or not. This might be a little bit rated R for some of you guys. Marania, I don't know if you can handle it. Brina knows exactly what page I'm going to show. It was a little disturbing. Yeah, I don't know who decided to do that, but basically when they come across Connor was down in the ground, basically in Australia, I guess, or somewhere, trying to get water up. So he shows up out of the ground, trembling, and Marania, I apologize. We get a Superboy coming out, and he's shirtless. He's enjoying the water, and then he sees Kyle and the other girl, and he's basically immediately smitten by this girl. And the way she looks at him, like I said, this was supposed to be Cassie Sandmark, so I'm just really pissed because that could have been Cassie and Connor getting back together. But instead, DC says fuck you to the fans, like they normally do. And I don't blame Jeremy Adams because Jeremy Adams' hands are tied. He can only do what they let him, which sucks.
Have you seen Cassie in Tom King's Wonder Woman?
It doesn't exist.
She doesn't even need a training bra. She looks like a 12-year-old.
Of course. And then this was also what's going. This is pretty much the book. Sci-fi action, spaceships. Hal Jordan just having fun, flying a ship. Star Sapphire and Hal pretty much flirting throughout the issue. Well, you can say gay fan service, but I don't know. There might be girls reading this book too who might like that. I don't know. But I understand your concerns, and they are noted. The villain at the end, though, I don't remember who this guy is. I don't know. Do you know who this is? At the end, the guy he's forming the new lanterns, the Starbreaker Corps. I don't recognize this guy. The new villain.
Oh, I'm sorry. Black Cat could probably answer that.
Yeah.
I have no idea who it is.
Seems like most of the lore they're drawing from only goes back to New 52, so
it might be.
I'm a little fuzzy on DC lore from that point to the present.
The one thing I really get a chuckle at, though, is after Hal decides to leave the command ship, Connor and Kyle fight over the chair. And then I love this. He's like, not fair. You can't use super strength. Are you really trying to put a constrict blindfold on my face? Except that was supposed to be Cassie too. Which really makes me mad. But I mean, the cool parts in this too, other than just basically discovering a new Red Lantern guy, was when they're on the ship. Whenever they're on the Watchtower, I love seeing the Watchtower. I don't care what it is you're looking at, what comic book. But they are basically looking at ways to basically build more lanterns. And right now, that's where he's keeping his own, even though he's got one in Oa, I thought, right? So this must be his own personal giant one. And of course, we're also getting this. Teenagers, teenage love. You know, they're not teenagers, but... and Breen brought up a point, though, and I feel like we should probably talk about it, too. They went from basically being kind of like platonic friends, who were kind of started dating like each other, to basically like jumping each other's bones. But also we talked about the fact that they've actually been on and off again for how many years. So maybe the fact that they're doing this makes perfect sense. Batman doesn't like it. Where Wonder Woman and of course Clark are basically like, because Batman's like, this could be a problem. He's like, and Wonder Woman's like, I don't know, I think it's sweet. And Clark's like, me too. You sure you're not annoyed? Hal's happy, and he goes, Then again, like I said, I can't be mad at this because this isn't the new Batman they've basically written. This is the new Rebirth. I know after Rebirth Batman, the new. So, but overall, like I said, that was a really fun book. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I also like the fact that when Hal and Carol are happy. I also like when they're fighting too. I don't know. I'll let Breen talk about that and Geekeasy too. You can guys give your comments on that later on. Number 3, Kosher Mafia, wrapped up pretty nicely. I thought it was pretty good. If you've not checked out this series, go check it out. It is really good. I will not say anything more about this. I'll just say that it wraps up nicely. It doesn't miss a beat. And I really hope to see more by this writer, last name Hazan, and more from Mad Cave. So, number 2 for this week. Dick Tracy, number 7. I almost had this at my number 1 until I read my other book. But then again, it might rotate. My number 1 and number 2 might change just because I like them for different reasons. But this is straight up. If you like the Mike Hammer novels, or not novels, but the Mike Hammer show, detective stuff, this is great. I love it. I'm not gonna spoil it because I want you guys to actually go check out and read it. I know I realize, and it's like you spoil everything, but I really want you guys to check this out. And number 1 for this week. Oh, there were novels. Thanks, Justin. I thought there was. I wasn't sure though. Red Coat, number 9, I believe, is just wow. Jeff Johns just proves that he is without a doubt the best current writer out right now, other than Brubaker. I'd say. I love Jeremy Adams, but Jeff Johns' stories. I mean, this whole thing has just been one emotional ride after another with just laughter, comedy, and just action. I love it. Taking Johnny Appleseed and how he met Simon Pure, and together they meet once a year or every summer to hang out and talk about their tales while drinking like basically apple cider alcohol. And just because this takes place after he's no longer hanging out with Albert Einstein, so Johnny Appleseed is another guy reminder that he's not a bad man. He can do good. He just has to want to do it.
Well, that obviously predates the Albert Einstein stories.
You sure?
Yeah. This is the early 19th century. It's like 1819. This story takes place. Albert Einstein was born in the 1870s.
Was he raised it? Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, remember he helped develop the.
It gets confusing because he talks about Albert Einstein in his book.
Well, yeah. It's self-narration.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, yeah. Okay. But like I said, regardless, though, it's just a fantastic book. I've never read Fables, but I know a lot of people like Fables. Would you rate this anywhere near Fables, or you think it's on par?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just fun. So, and has the go-go checks. Can't go wrong with go-go checks, but those are my top 7 books of the week. And I'll do I'll just do quickly. This was last week. Finally came in this week. Read it. This was fun. Looking forward to more Magic Order. All right. I'm guessing maybe Zach is waiting for me to put it in Discord link. He said he would show up here after the Bible study.
I was just going to ask, is he fashionably late or big time in this again?
He said he's at Bible study. He'd be out there. So, well, he's seen the link in the group, though, the group chat. So he'll show up when he shows up.
I mean, I can tell him how the book ends if you want me to.
What?
I can tell him how the book ends if you want me to. Bible study, I can tell you how the book ends. Yeah. Him, never mind. It was a bad joke. Never mind.
I know what you're trying to do, and I was trying to think of a better joke, but I couldn't. I apologize.
It wouldn't. That mine was not that good either. So.
You both should apologize to me.
Oh, was it your turn to make a bad joke?
No, I'm staying out of that.
Talk about bookends, yeah. Alrighty. So which one of you guys wants to go next?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, I don't have that many. Let's see. I'm gonna go from books I like the least to the best. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 will be this, and the only reason I'm saying it's not good is because I haven't read it yet. Because I don't know if you've started reading a book and you can't remember where it left off. So I need to go back and find the first 2 and reread both of them, so I can go through to that one. Then number 6.
We didn't get ours.
I remember seeing this back as a kid and never getting it. And then I got this because whatever. And it's written by Mike Barron. I don't know if that's but I didn't really like it easy.
My store had it, but I gotta wait for Ed. He was still doing pull lists. He just got his books in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so he had to make sure everybody got their pull list ready. So
yeah, it was weird. Our guy says they actually got everything all that day, on time supposedly, and they're putting stuff out. So I had to one of the things, but like the mature ones that we put in bags, they had to they still hadn't got them yet, and then they said that a few things hadn't come in yet. So you didn't get everything. But so I didn't get Red Coat because they said it didn't come out this week, but obviously it did. Maybe it's just they just make excuses for they either don't order stuff or maybe it was actually Diamond. Who knows?
I mean, both shops had it out, Red Coat and stuff. It's just that it was just said that Marvel books are probably next week, and the rest is smart, mindy stuff.
Yeah, and I think the Marvel stuff didn't come out either. But
Jeff, I'm sorry you didn't like that one, but if you ever get a chance to read the original series, because I don't know, I mean, the original series is Mike Barron writing in his early 30s. This is written in his early 70s. So I said it may be different.
I seem to remember flipping through an episode or two of it, and he was just kind of this vicious little prick back then. He was just killing people and stuff. I don't know.
No, he wasn't a killer, but
just messing people up.
Split personality.
Okay.
His main personality was Norbert Sykes, a Vietnam War veteran. One of his personalities was a effeminate, gay, Parisian party goer. One of his was a 5-year-old girl. And it's just, and you never knew when they were going to pop out. And it was a fantastic book.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. But that's why I picked this up, because I remember flipping through one of them, and I just thinking it was kind of interesting at the time, but never getting it. But
yeah, I think that was a Kickstarter a few years ago. That's now made it into stores.
That's what I was thinking it was. That's why I usually don't pick them up unless all the books are there.
I'll if when you guys get this later on, let me know what you think. But anyway, then this one here is Book of Cutter. It was $9.99, but it's really thick. And I guess they're starting a house. It's a thing of a new. It's a book on a new house in the universe of something that's killing the children. And so they have just regular the regular art and this stuff, but then there's also sections of written text. Where they go into the history of things. So it's taken a little bit of time to read it. But so I've been having ear problems and having headaches a lot lately, so it wasn't down to do a lot of reading. Okay, then next was this. I got it just because why not? And it was good. I liked it, except for I already expressed my little thing with it at the end of they're connecting them again as children, and it's like ugh. So 3 is Blade number 4, the Red Band, and I think this was from last week. That didn't come out last week, so this one came out. That's the only Marvel I got, because I guess Moon Knight was supposed to be out this week, and it didn't come to my shop. But I like this series. It's pretty good. And number 2. And I really enjoyed this, but you pretty much went over everything. So you said everything I needed. I love the art, and it's pretty good. And I agree with virtually most of what you said.
On Dick Quinn, I did not get Kill Train. But Eric Breen will talk about it, though.
I'm going to beat him.
Whoa. Oh, okay, that okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say
beat him to it. I'd have to have really long arms or want to travel a big distance if I was actually physically beat him. And I think that we're both old, and neither one of us would be able to beat each other beyond
It'd be
just
like
a little.
watching Godzilla versus King Kong slow motion.
Yeah, it'd be like two swings, and they both fall down, going, you know, or at least in my case.
And then they light a cigarette.
So Kill Train. Now the art cover on this one is the cover art is not that great, but I got 2 copies because they pulled out 2 copies and I did. So this is my non-reading copy. But the so I was worried. I was really kind of worried about the art was going to be inside, but the art inside is just really good. Very well done. And the basic gist of this is written by Olivia Quarto Briggs. And, it kind of starts out, with a little train going here. And I don't know if you guys have read the previews on it where they show the first little bit.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
But, you get that, and then they go and just kill everybody. But then you
population control.
Yeah, then you get to this, and this is basically what this is our central character.
Yep.
Her name is Vanessa, I think it is.
Single mother or something like that. Yeah, mistakenly on the train.
Yeah, she's been divorced for 2 years. She's a writer. She's trying to get her, she's working on a couple of commission stories for a writing game program and she's trying to get back on her feet. Single mother. She's living with this dude. She still hasn't unpacked. And you have a whistleblower who sits there and says, yeah, the gas thing doesn't work sometimes, so they have some of us go in and kill the people off, but what they're doing is giving us guns and stuff, and we're supposed to beat them to death, so we walk, and now they're hiring a bunch of psychos to do it. And and it's called the I think what is the thing called? It's Kill Train is yet another success. All 580 passengers aboard were executed without incident, and it's an overpopulation thing, and like they'll just every once in a while a random.
Do they tell you why there's an overpopulation? Like, is there a shortage of food or something like that?
No, they don't. Not that I ever saw. I should remember this. Read it.
I'm thinking of Soylent Green's. Like, this.
Yeah. Soylent Green is people, but I think the governor's name is not governor, maybe, or mayor. Was obviously just a little. They switched a couple names, a couple of letters to make it like Giuliani, but not quite. But
yeah.
So the people are like, okay, and you have it, and then it won't happen again. So she gets stuck. She takes her daughter to school, and her fiance had transferred some money to her card, but it didn't get there in time.
Yeah.
And they take a cab, and they have a little card that they use for the cab, but it got dropped in the cab, so she didn't have it. So she has to risk taking the cab back. I mean, taking the
train back,
and that's pretty much where it leaves off. And it's pretty cool.
Is there any acknowledge the fact that the public knows about the kill trains, or these secret things?
Oh no, they know about it, because the thing that was the person who was talking about it was on the news. It's on the news.
Okay.
And so people know the train that they were on was packed because it was the day after a kill train, so everybody knew they could go on the train and supposedly be safe because it's not supposed to happen for a while, but then it happened. And so it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and
I don't feel it. If they know it's publicly happening, I wouldn't feel bad for anybody who gets stuck on that train. I lost on it, so. Oh no, she got on the wrong train. Well, you didn't care about the others around the kill train.
And it's just a random one. I mean, it's not. It doesn't say kill train on it. It's
like the lottery. You get on there, get on the wrong one. It's oh shit.
They just pick. They just pick a train, and they don't. And then it just keeps going. They don't let it stop. So it's not like you go. And then I picked up. I think after the thing last week, I went to pick this up, and I put it in my pull boxes so I could pick it up. I got this cover.
Oh, nice.
And so I wanted it, so I picked this up today. I mean, not today, but and that is it. But they also announced we have a new artist coming to Comic-Con. They announced him today. What is his name? Pablo Villalobos. I don't know if you know him or not.
I do know that.
I don't. Not Ramon.
Huh?
Yeah.
At least it's not Ramon Villalobos.
Yeah.
He goes. I guess they call him Lobo, and he does. It seems to be a cover artist. I've seen some of his stuff. It's not that bad.
All right, Mr. Breen.
Okay. I think I've got 9 here. So, number 9, Dark Empty Void. I needed to read this again, but I didn't get around to it. It's just not clicking really for me, but like I said, maybe if I read it again, it'll.
Are you having problems remembering what happened in the prior issue?
Oh, I can never remember what happened in the issues prior. But so maybe I'll give that another read.
Certain comics I have problems remember what happened. Like, if it's ones I really like, I can remember. I noticed that.
Number 8, Kill Train. Jeff just went into pretty good detail about what happened in the story. Now, again, I said, I don't care if it's the next day. If people are getting slaughtered on trains, I'm not getting on one. I don't care.
Oh, I wouldn't either, but that's
if you can just put that aside and just ride with the crazy, then maybe like I said, it was a fun read. Maybe we'll find out why the population needs to be culled. Because this is a mini series, so we'll
they did say there was a population explosion, but they didn't say what caused it to explode.
So basically, you put that aside, just like people who are fans of Snowpiercer put away the side of the fact that there's no one out there melting the tracks. So
it's we'll see. I'm kind of intrigued. Number 7, Hornsby and Halo. We get a little bit more in depth. The demon and the angel are finding out a little bit more about each other, and what their purpose in the grand scheme of things is. So it's kind of just slowly unfolding. I like it. It's not. There are other Ghost Machine books I like better, but this one's kind of fun also. So I'm gonna stick with it. Number 6, Green Lantern.
Alrighty.
Fun. Said Hal and Carol sure are happy. Happy, joy. But they're kind of setting up. This was kind of like a setup issue to get us ready for Green Lantern Corps. Because there's they're kind of there's the bit with Kyle and that time thief chick.
I did like the fact that she makes a remark that Carol, instead of going with him on the adventure, she says, I need to stay here and spend more time with the League so become a better hero and stuff.
Yeah.
That was good. Otherwise, we were forced to have them 3 be in a book constantly. So that's what gives more characters a chance to shine.
Number 5, Superman Lex Luthor. I like this new version of Lex, and obviously he gets at least some of his memories back in this issue. Where Joshua Williamson intends to go from here,
yeah,
because like I said, if if he goes right back to being, a mustache twirling villain, then it's kind of becomes just another superhero book. But I like what they've done so far, and I trust him to. There's going to be more to it than just him going back to being a villain. I truly believe that. Number 4, Dick Tracy, the beginning of a new story arc.
I like the rookie cop.
Yeah, Dick is apparently remains intrigued with Breathless Mahoney.
Yep.
That doesn't make her boss very happy, but there are people. His people are getting knocked off, and they find out something at the end of the issue that I guess you kind of see coming, but
it's
a little bit of a surprise.
Yep. But to me, that intrigues me more than because I love that. It's such a cliche thing to do when it comes to cop stories. But I'm like, oh, I just want to see this now because it's on a Dick Tracy level.
Number 3, Redcoat. Didn't like it as much as the previous 2 issues, but the previous 2 issues were masterpieces.
It's like a one shot.
Yeah, well, so the last 2.
Yeah,
it's a fun adventure. It's very well done. The art is beautiful. I mean, you can talk about. I mean, every book I've shown so far, this art blows away any of the other 6 books.
Yeah, I had to look twice at the cover. I'm like, oh my gosh, he amputated his leg.
I mean, Brian Hitch is just a tremendous artist, and he's been around for 30 years and he hasn't lost a step.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right, Governor Peace. But yeah, like I said, this is a beautiful book. Everybody needs to be reading Redcoat. Number 2, Nightclub.
Book I didn't get it, but I read it. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah. Well, she succeeds in what she set out to do. The main bad guy, goes and visits Dad one more time, and it sets up what should be an explosive finale in the next issue.
Especially what his dad does. Wow.
Yeah.
Because, how do you said more villains means more fun.
Yeah. And number 1, Kosher Mafia. Number 5, the wrap up. There's what I like about it is and I always get the guys' names mixed up. The Nebbish guy that was supposed to get killed in the first issue, but the other guy, the guy he started working with.
There it is.
Yeah, there's mistrust. Where he actually thinks that F was trying to kill him, and so they have a standoff, and then they get over that and they go to meet with the Italians and the Jewish mobs, and basically bargain for their futures, and it goes about as well as can be expected. But if you're expecting a violent, explosive finale, you don't get it. You get more of like a Sopranos type or Americans type ending.
I'd love to see a follow-up with the guy, the enforcer guy. He's talking about, basically at the end, creating a new group to go after the Nazis.
Yeah. That would be cool. And maybe we will get another a follow-up series.
I would love it, I just love stuff like that. Straczynski tried to do that with his Captain America run, but then he just basically made Captain America an activist. I was just like, I don't see that BS. They made him Antifa.
Now, while I am picked up a couple of back issues, recent back issues. I am making a video with Wes tomorrow.
What?
So I figured I'd better, if I'm going to be talking about All In, I should probably read the flagship title of All In. So I picked up the 3 issues of Justice League.
I hope you like those.
I did. I read them already.
They're not bad.
It's a little too Big Brother for me, but it's an interesting concept. and
like I said, it's kind of like the cartoon series. It's every week it's a different team.
Yeah, and back-to-back weeks of EC archives. Good back-to-back weeks. I'm already 4.5 issues through this.
Nice.
Like I said, it's just, I say it every time, best bargain in comics today.
Best you ever had?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but and I'm also, unless something silly happens in the next 36 hours, I'm also going to be on Comics Aficionados this Saturday.
Nice. You are just making all the round guest appearances now.
I dust off the cobwebs every couple of months, and
they saw you on a Graphic Man channel. They're like, Wesley's like, you know what? Now he's available. Let's get him.
Go hopefully be able to hassle Sparrow for a minute or two.
You know, that guy's a jerk.
Well, it's self-professed.
I know it says in his name.
That's right.
He even did the Kitty Pryde thing. I love that at the font. He's like, Aaron Sparrow's a jerk. I love that.
Anyway, that's it for me. Vank, talk to the audience for a minute before you show the back issues, because he's a little boy's room, so I'll be right back.
Alrighty then. Let's go on the chat here. Kill Train, aka an average subway ride in New York City. If you think about it, yeah, it kind of is. Just going to New York City or just going to subway. Yeah, that's
actually in real life. I think the New York subway system is a little bit more dangerous. I mean, like getting set on fire and stuff like that.
It's crazy, man. What's up, comics and tortillas? I'm white. I can't pronounce.
I think it's tortilla.
I don't know.
Who cares?
It's like the closest I get to Mexican food is Americanized Mexican food. So it's Taco Bell. No. But I have seen a food truck in my life before. Just drove right past it. What's up, Jay? I think Jay was telling me he didn't get any of his issues at all this week. He's going tomorrow. He's been kind of under the weather, I think, too. A lot of people are getting sick again. Double L in Spanish is the Y sound.
So it's tortilla?
Tortillas? Okay.
Tortilla?
Taco? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I got a lot of back issues. I'm just waiting for Breen to get out of the bathroom. He's gonna hobble. A lot of shops are not getting their books in, or they're getting half orders. My shop, I have two shops to go to. My main shop got books in, but only like the DC got in on Wednesday. Today, it went until like 3:00 in the afternoon. He started getting some other books in, and then he's supposed to probably get more books maybe tomorrow or even next week.
I just called a second ago while you were talking, and I didn't get the red code, I didn't get the Halo and Hornsby, something like that, and the Moon Knight, and they said no. They said it's delayed until next week, so I won't be getting.
So Hornsby and Halo, that was at my shop. I just don't read it. I'm not getting it. It just doesn't intrigue me. It's not that I don't think it's a bad book. But as far as it comes over to as far as the books coming out this week, I said my other shop, they got in a few books in, but the rest of it comes out next week. It was delayed, pushed back. And one of the guys working at the shop said hopefully by February it'll be all taken care of and shit. Well,
that's 2 days from now.
Yeah. So, are you back now, Breen?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. I don't know what's going on with your other son, Zach. I texted him, I messaged him, no response. Must be a really intense Bible study. Must be really intense over there. The laying of hands. Right? It's like that scene from the Kingsman where they start fighting in the church. Alrighty though.
Ground Highlander.
Which they started filming in March, I think.
That's what I've heard. I've heard they've already started.
Yep. Hello to Tony Zeus over on Twitch. That's right. For those who are wondering, we actually are streaming on Twitch. Do not need an editor. Can't afford to pay you, and it's all off the cuff here, man. But thanks anyway, though.
Can't get much more professionally done than we're doing right now, man. This is perfect.
Right. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
And I decided to sell this mainly because I saw the Batgirl. But then I had the Demon. So,
for those of you that aren't familiar with the story, right around this time, Detective Comics was on the chopping block.
Yep.
Due to low sales, and someone was smart enough to figure out it may not be a good look to cancel the title that your company is named after. So they took Batman Family and moved it over to Detective Comics and ran with that for another 12 or so issues until sales picked back up.
I saw this, I was like, oh, cool. I always like reading the old Batgirl stories, too.
Which is crazy, considering maybe the best run of Detective, in that book's history, were during that time when it was, facing cancellation, the Steve Englehart's Strange Apparitions.
Yeah. Don't know. Next book, Brain. You're gonna like this. I guarantee it.
Juggernaut, bitch.
Yep. I love this. I saw this, I was like, dude, this is awesome. And then I couldn't stop there. I saw another one. I was like, this is cool too, because it features a very cool character.
He, the Mole Man. I have a Trapper Keeper type notebook for, that I had in like junior high.
Yeah.
I was smart enough never to take it to school, so I didn't get wedgied and shoved in a locker. But it had 6 Marvel comics on the cover.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Nice.
Now, Mole Man, that's that guy from The Simpsons, right? The one with the glasses and stuff.
Why do you gotta make those shows?
Sure, Jeff.
Yeah. Because Zach's not here, man.
Zach doesn't make funny jokes like that, though. Zach has hot takes. That's the difference. All right.
Big difference.
Marania, you like this. So I figured why not pick up some Iron Mans while I'm there at the shop. I have like a lot of instant credit to blow. And I decided to give myself a nice little run. Just love these covers.
You're gonna love the stories too.
I know. So. Yep. Honkai and Tigra, Mockingbird, an Iron Man book? Why would I not be buying it? So 1 and 4. I know. So I was like, oh, cool. So yeah, they got through 194. And then I skipped a little bit. And I decided, you know what? Let's just go for it. So happy to get the first appearance of the new armor. And then I said, you know what? Let's keep doing that. Let's go at 201. And then they didn't have 202, so I was like, oh man. So I still got 203 though. And then I went with 204. And 205. And now he's still giving Iron Man a hard time. I don't think MODOK's giving anybody a hard time. Unless it's like this. $206.
That gold, that armor is one of my. I like that armor. I don't know if many people did or not, but I liked it.
Silver Titania.
Yeah.
207. All right. That's it for the Iron Man books. Then we go over to DC for a little bit of Jonah Hex. Maybe this is why Zach doesn't show up. He's not a fan of Jonah Hex. Just kind of filling in some issues here. Here's issue 70. Jonah Hex. No oohs or ahs. I love this. It's like no reaction. You guys are dead over there.
Ooh.
Not a big fan of Jonah Hex fan, so I'm not gonna give you an ooh because
you're not a fan of Jonah Hex.
No, I haven't read him, so I can't. Yeah, I really can't say whether I liked him or not.
He's the only Confederate excavated soldier that's a bounty hunter, pretty much, or gun for hire.
Ah.
With a freaking Gatling gun, bro. I love that.
Larry Gatling gun?
Yep, Larry Gatling gun. And then I found this as issue 9 of Just Unlimited. So I'm not a big fan of the art on these series, but it's okay. So let's do the artist is on here. But it's Return of Morgan Le Fay. All right. Now, for you older folks, you're like, I don't care about that modern crap. Let's go to the old stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. No sash? Didn't she have a sash a lot? I still like that uniform.
Not until later. Number 4. Just filling in some gaps that I have in the series. Almost done. I'm almost done collecting this series.
Let me guess. You need 16, 17, and 18.
I think maybe that. Yeah.
Because a couple of those are like a couple $100 in good shape, but you can still find them relatively reasonable. I love that. God, I love that book.
Yeah. And she does have the stash on there. It's on her neck.
I just realized that I hate my brothers.
We're not going to unpack that here. It's not the channel. 6.
They're sending some pictures that are just I can't get out of my head.
Well, if you're drunk and run around naked, of course they're going to take photos.
I haven't been drunk in 3 years. Over 3 years.
Well, they don't forget.
That only found that one rapper that got denied the ride on the left. Yeah. They took a screenshot of our OnlyFans page and sent it, and it's like probably one of the most.
Oh, the one who was too obese to get in the car, and the guy said,
"Yeah, the one that makes me."
Yeah,
look
he said his cars have a weight limit in the manual, and you're exceeding it, ma'am.
Yeah, but he's racist, and yeah.
I heard he lost his job. Honestly, I hope he sues.
I think there's going to be a lot of lawyers out there who will do it for pro bono.
Number 8. Then here's number 10. And here is number 14.
Dracula cameo.
Yep. Fear Stalks, number 40.
With art by the aforementioned from the last stream, Carmine Infantino.
Yes.
He was one of the first artists that I
was going to say a cover by Cockrum. Austin.
I don't like the Infantino stuff because he always put these, the jaws were kind of like really square, and they had this. He always put a huge cleft in each chin. So I just thought it was too square looking, but maybe that's just me.
And then we go to number 21.
And Jeff, the older he got, and everybody looked like they were getting knocked back.
There you go. Here's your sash and costume.
I think I was getting these in it was the Flash in the 80s, maybe the early 80s that I was picking it up.
And
so I don't know if that was.
We're going to wrap up the Miss Marvels with number 22. And then the final two issues I got left from back here. Got to be an Archie Sonic. Back today, 45. So we rarely don't see those at all in the shops. And then one right on the channel. I might already have this. Might be a second copy. It's okay though. IDW Sonic has been fun just as much as the other ones, but that is it. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? These are all back issues. Only cost me $150.
But you had all that in credit, though, right?
Yeah, I had over almost $300 in credit. Alrighty then. Let's see. Any word from Zach at all? No response whatsoever. Like I said, they must be really going hardcore in his Bible study tonight.
Yep.
Or maybe the Lyft driver won't give him a ride home.
You calling Zach fat?
I am not.
I mean, Zach wouldn't give that woman a ride just for different reasons.
There's quite a few reasons I wouldn't give her one, but that's we won't get into that.
So, but yeah, wrongful termination unless Hungry Hippo wants to reimburse the driver for suspension failure due to overloading. She needs BTFLN Alrighty though. So we got 14 people watching. If you guys saw something that you liked, let me know down in the comment section down below or in the chat here. Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out, just talking a little bit. I don't think he's doing a cover ranking tonight.
He is not.
He's not.
No.
So we've just basically showed off a bunch of books. Started about an hour ago. So these usually don't go that long, unless Zach shows up and then take your time. But yeah. For those who are still reading comic books, let me know in the comment section after the chat or after the stream ends, and let me know what books are you pulling up. What are you pulling? What are you reading? What is your favorite book of the week?
Oh, I was gonna mention I missed an episode of Coaster Mafia, so I just decided I'm gonna pick up the trade of it when it comes out because I really like the issues that I've read, so I'll just get the trade when it comes out.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I'm wondering if people here are we're not getting new books, maybe getting just good trades. You're just for the trade format now. Oh, Jay, we know you're getting Red Coat. Jay, you're one of the more active readers, and you've been on the panel too before, showing up books.
And I'm seriously considering just switching to trades. Yeah.
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, they write for trades now anyway. I mean, I think we've all mentioned that at least once or twice and stuff before, and so it's just you know,
books are meant to be read in multiple issues. They're not meant to be read standalone anymore because they really don't. Doesn't move the plot whatsoever. Really, very rarely do you give a single issue that wow, it really advanced the story.
Unless we're just talking about the last like 3 episodes of Redcoat, but that's an
It's
exception.
well, yeah. Other than that, I mean, like Green Lantern's like, okay, we gotta go. They show you the villain, what's going on, what the villains are doing. Meanwhile, the hero has a new romance. He's happy with her, and just like it's like a kind of like a filler episode a little bit. We only know, but at the end he did the teaser. It's like after 45 minutes of Hal and Carol flirting back and forth together, we get to see Connor Kent, introduce the story. At the very end, it's like the last 2 minutes of the show. It's like, and the villains now have an army. Next time, it's like
same green time, same green channel.
Yes, Green Party channel.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I realized that as soon as I said that, I was like, okay, that sounds kind of dumb.
The Green Party? Yeah. Alrighty though. The chat's pretty much died. Except for Jay saying LOL. I guess they all just got tired of watching. I don't blame them.
I'm a
so that's because most writers these days don't know how to write a standalone story and an ongoing story arc. Yeah. A lot of them aren't even writers. That's the sad part. After 2015, a lot of the writers that were writing at some of the companies had been already phased out.
Well, they're getting rid of the people like Chuck Dixon and stuff like that, and Jeff Johns and all these people that can actually write a good story.
Ronnie says that.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And they usually, they get fall victim to the Whisper Network and all that or whatever. Then they have to go somewhere else, and all they have left are the horrible writers that everyone seems to think are good, which they aren't.
Like I said, it's the more bad books we put out, the less money I have to spend on books. I can just notice I'm buying a lot of more back issues, even though I sold a bunch. I just gained my box back. I told the guy at the shop, I was like, hey, he's like, dude, I'm just exchanging. Even though I need the room, I'm just going to end up, it always happens, I exchange it for new books to read. I sold a lot of my modern books. When I say modern, I mean like 2003 and up. Just and then plus I got rid of my Conan books, Conan Barbarians. Read them. I said I have no attachment to holding on to a lot of some books. Really, they're modern stuff.
RDV, what is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is butter.
Okay.
If you don't have butter, how can you have any toast?
And if you don't eat that doesn't work.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about the modern books.
Yeah,
it's I don't know. There's just something.
They're missing the retail. I mean, I'm not talking about just flipping them, selling them, and just saying it. Just I read the story, and I treat them. Okay, a better example would be like when it comes to movies. I'm the same way. I don't buy movies. I watch them, and that's it. I don't care to own them, unless it's something I really, really enjoy, or it's a series I know they're never going to release ever again. Like those Mike Hammers you had series, I appreciate stuff like that because I don't see that being like advertised or put in Walmart. Walmart has the same movies every year released on a different thing, like the Christmas movies, and
And that guy that played Mike Hammer was awesome. Yeah. What is his name? I can't remember his name.
Jeremy Devin.
Well, it depends on which version you're talking about.
Yeah. The guy who was also in American History X. He played the Nazi guy in American History X.
Was that Stacy Keach?
Stacy Keach.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about the late 50s series. Yeah. That Jeremy McGavin was Mike Hammer.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the interesting thing, too, is like, I'm also worried about some of these older books are releasing. Thankfully, the facsimiles aren't like edited facsimiles where they start censoring things and rewriting. I've always worried like because if they release like, oh yeah, you can go pick up a book now these days and like in get a trade format, and then you realize, wait, they rewrote this scene, they redrew it, and today because it wasn't PC.
Well, I would say it.
Like Shang-Chi's gone.
What in the 21st century? What stories do you think you'll go back and read again? I think about that and I go, the
Maybe
Captain
Blackest
America,
Nights?
the Brubaker Captain America.
Sure.
Yeah, Blackest Night would be worth a reread. The Venditti Hawkman, but even the good stuff, like I don't know that I'm going to ever go back and reread an issue of Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern.
Conquest of Champions? Are you Conquest of Champions? Are you going to read that again?
But yeah, but part of that also is I think people tend to have more of an affection for something that they're interested in. If you go back to like the early days, like for me, the mid 70s Marvel, I will reread and reread again because that takes me back to when I first started. And then the older stuff because it's classic. But I said the newer stuff, I don't know. It's just and I'm not saying like there's been all kinds of great miniseries done by the indie companies these days, but
the only
I don't know that I'll ever go back and reread them again.
The only series I'll probably reread and keep rereading is this Amazing Spider-Man. I just love the way it's written, the supporting cast, everything, the ups and downs.
I love reading the first 40 or so issues of the Ramita run because Peter he becomes sociable, and that's I loved how that unfolded.
The whole, like I said, the whole entire thing with him basically becoming more of a man, becoming more confident, and just he's once he starts dating Gwen Stacy, he said, he basically changes. He's no longer the nerd, He's got a backbone. And just even with the death of Gwen Stacy, going into Mary Jane stuff, I love that stuff with the Stern years. I love that. Where I kind of dip out is when they start getting into the second Clone Saga. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love watching or just reading anything with Mary Jane and Peter Parker being a couple. Honestly, because it's just it's happiness. It's heartwarming. But then as I get through that, they're like, "Oh, I lost the baby." It's like, fuck you, Marvel. It's like that was the first sign they didn't want them to be together.
But I will still say my comics white whale is I want the Mexican Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, will they continue?
Where Gwen and Peter, where Gwen didn't die.
Yeah.
I want to see that translated and released. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
I think the only way you'll ever see that translated is if you get Paul to do it.
What I'm saying, I mean, the books that the anytime someone finds one of those, they're expensive as hell.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've even ever seen them scanned and uploaded online anywhere either. Because I would do that, and I would just have it being translated, and that'd be awesome. The way to read it too. If that's the only way I can get them, because there's no way you're going to get a trade. And they said the odds of getting all of them, but it's still gut wrenching because when those end, it's like no, because that actually might be better than what's being put out by current Marvel at the time. So, Senior Spider-Man, Spider-Man. But like I said, I'd love to get my hands on those and be able to read that stuff. But unfortunately, this is a hobby where people hold sentimental value, and just in general, just the price of the books go up because they're worth something back in the day. But no, for me, most comic books, unless there's some I do really enjoy, I can go back and read. Like I said, I'm a big Spider-Man, but other than that, really, it's like a lot of books are one and done for me. A lot of them, I dare I say, even from 2003. Some of them are forgettable.
I'd like to get a Firestorm Omni. From the original, what is it, 4-issue miniseries, and then
never read a single issue, but I've heard people talk about that series.
It was a really good series, or at least it was the first. Wow. One of the first issues, that woman, Killer Frost, she was introduced in Firestorm.
Yep. Marania, I agree with you. I don't want every superhero couple to be married, but here's the thing: the ones that deserve to be married, Reed and Sue, Peter and Mary Jane, and then Ben and Alicia. I don't need any other couples together being married. As far as Marvel goes, but like I don't want Tony Stark. I don't want Tony Stark married. Like
no, he's a playboy.
Yeah, that's and that's what he is. Steve, not really. Steve's another person. I don't want him married either. So, but yeah, as far as DC couples go, that I do approve of marriages would be, I guess, would be Clark and Lois. When it comes to Batman, I do prefer him having a love interest. Now, if they want to do an Elseworld story where ongoing with him and Selena Kyle being parents, leading to Huntress, I'm okay with that.
I'd also like to see who was that? Who was the one that wound up dying? That I guess he's supposedly murdered.
Silver St. Cloud. They actually run it back.
Vesper Fairchild.
Vesper, yeah. That I'd like to see.
But he actually got a. Oh, I'm saying they brought back Silver St. Cloud did, and where they actually in the Kevin Smith run, she was pregnant. I mean, she was murdered by onomatopoeia.
Of course, Kevin Smith. He's the one that made Batman shit himself in that scene in Batman Year One.
Like he literally had her come back into in his life, and then she's like I guess she was engaged to this other guy, this politician. Joker ends up killing that guy, so then Bruce and her hook up. I was just like, what? Yeah, the better version of that was actually the Andra Beaumont, I think her name was, the one that played the Phantasm.
Kevin Smith just needs to stick to writing movies. He shouldn't write comics.
I don't want him writing movies either.
I'm Clerks is one of my favorite comedies. The original one.
Sure. You know why? Because he wasn't the way he is now. I think his best movie actually with Clerks was actually Chasing Amy. I actually enjoyed that movie, even though some people don't like it.
Was that the one with the whole Darth Vader scene?
No, that's Mallrats. With Stan Lee?
No, I think it was Chasing Amy, where the guy was in the comic book shop and he, complaining about the Darth Vader being, he's the black guy, and so they dress him in black, and when they take the helmet off, he's a white guy inside of it, so he secretly wanted to be white or something like that. It was. I think that was in Chasing Amy.
I can't. Dude, I watched that movie when it came out a long time ago.
Yeah,
that's 90s.
I don't watch any of those. The only ones I watch are the Clerks.
I just remember because you had Ben Affleck and what's the guy's name? He was in My Name Is Earl.
Him and also
and Alvin Chipmunks.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of them. Jason Lee. Yeah,
Jason
you're right.
Lee,
yeah. That was Breen that said that. Yeah. But also, it had who was the guy, the actor that played the security guard? Really famous actor. He was in Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Never seen that movie.
He's you know who I'm talking about there, Breen?
Mm-hmm.
He played the security guard. He was in the very first episode of The Walking Dead. He played
Shane?
No, only the very first. He was the brother of he played a really racist guy, wound up getting killed at the very beginning, and
You're not talking about
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker, yes.
And he didn't die.
Yeah, he ended up coming back for about a season.
Oh yeah, that's right. He worked for the governor. That's right,
Yeah. That's just throwing me off. It's like, brother, you mean like Gerald Nixon's brother?
Yeah, I just couldn't remember Daryl Dixon's name to save my life.
Yeah, Yondu. Yeah, because you just could have said Yondu. We're like, people like, yeah, I know that is Yondu. No. What you doing there, Breen?
I'm bagging the books that I got this week.
And
Okay.
it's Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear. So yes. But sorry, I'm just being a kind of a weirdo about that.
What's wrong with Smokey the Bear?
That's not his name. It's Smokey Bear.
Well, no, yeah, but Smokey the Bear is the one who lights cigarettes. He's always smoking.
Ow.
And he actually Smoky the Bear. It's what he looked like.
That's right. Okay, so that is a different person. Smoky the Bear.
Yeah, I guess he got to that name.
So Smoky the Bear is the one that walks around in a smock. He's a customer
He's
service.
He's very let's just say very happy, you know.
Yes.
Smoky. There's a smock and everything. Oh my gosh.
He puts on his certain type of apparel.
Dude, Jay, obviously I know there's different types of Spanish, but Paulo is pretty freaking intelligent. You don't think he knows multiple languages?
He speaks 5.
Yeah. Now, if he speaks them fluently, that's another story.
As far as I know, he does.
Yeah. Like I said, I have very smart people are the ones that know five different languages. I said, like, no, you can tell.
I knew a guy, an officer in the Navy, who spoke like 7 fluently.
Well, that's Trump's wife, Melania.
No,
she speaks 7
she wasn't an officer in the Navy.
No. Obviously not in the Navy. That'd be a whole different story if she transitioned after she got out.
I think she's 5. She's like 5. It was really funny to see her, that lady walk up to her and about 2 blocks from the house that I lived in Pacific Palisades.
Her native tongue.
I knew that street because I walked on it all the time. And she walks up and starts speaking to her, and it's just like, boom. It's like, I knew that street.
Are you just typing on purpose, you black cat? Because I thought Paulo was Portuguese. He's been hidden in the moonshine a little bit. Something.
A certain TV show actress that I know lived on that street. I don't know if her house is still there anymore.
A lot of people's houses probably aren't there. Tonight, it was supposed to be the concert to raise the money for them. So the celebrities can have their homes rebuilt.
Yes. Because heaven forbid the celebrities be down one of their 5 houses.
There was a YouTube live stream, a channel that popped up, but they disabled comments. I was gonna leave a comment on it. Portuguese is not single for Portuguese.
Portuguese is singular for Portuguese. He's a Portuguese from Portugal.
It's like deer. You're talking about one or more. You just use the same one.
Moose. 1 moose, 3 moose.
That's how I feel about beer. It's singular or plural. It all depends on what you drink.
I'm only having 1 beer. Depends on whether you mean 1 can, 1 6-pack, 1 12-pack, one case.
Well, that's the thing. I'm only having 1 beer. Oh, they said you only have 1 beer. I did. It was just really. It just kept going.
my doctor got all mad at me after I sobered up. She said, "I always ask you how much you drank, and you said you'd always say 1." And I said, "Yeah, 5th," but you didn't. I'm going to clarify what 1 I was talking about. She said, "So she asked me how many beers I drank a day, and I said 1, and I was just like, "Yeah, it was 1/5." But she's like, "Okay, I got to start asking people to clarify from now on."
Alrighty though. Yeah, hopefully my shop gets nightclub next week or tomorrow. Or drop in. They did have Dark Empty Void. I did get a chance to read that. I mean, I don't hide the fact that I read online. I just like the format. It's easier to scroll and just click, that's it. And I have a 27-inch monitor. It's a bigger thing,
Yeah, I saw the Silverhawks, but I just didn't get it because it didn't look interesting. And I'm
honestly, I got Silverhawks because I know the cartoon. At least I know the theme song. I heard of it, and I figured, why not give it a shot? It actually might be good. Thundercats has been good. Transformers has been good. They're different companies, but still, it's like G.I. Joe's been good. Looking forward to, like I said, the next issue. I'm so glad because I was afraid I was going to go into this being like, and then they expect you to know the whole entire lore of the show. Instead, it's like, this is who they were, and who the villain was. He's now broke out of jail, and now because these people are too old, they're going to have to get the whole new team. And it looks like the villains might be legacy all around. It might be new legacy villains too, or a new gang. But like I said, it's art's not the best. I can excuse that. It's, to me, is a story that holds my attention, and the art's decent enough. I can tell what's going on. It's not like I'm getting like Steven Universe art. But looking forward to more of the Silverhawks. Like I said, Dick Tracy, like I said, has just been awesome.
Yeah, I read that last.
I don't think I've read a single bad issue of Dick Tracy. Every character in that series has just been fun.
Yep.
And I have to keep reminding myself that's not Jeremy Adams on that book, because dang, is that freaking good.
And you mentioned the ending, which I'm not going to spoil because
the end, the twist at the end, which is a cliche thing,
right? But also, I didn't mind it because I envision, what's the name of the town that they live in there?
Isn't it New York? I thought. Okay. What's the name? I don't know.
Okay, but I just sort of get the impression that there are a bunch of corrupt cops in that police force, and so
it's just like Gotham.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's kind of like a Gotham thing. So, I mean, I may have inadvertently given away the ending, but
well, of course you did. It's you.
But I.
Okay, so basically, this is old fandom. Dick Tracy back in the day took place in California. Yeah, so I don't know if this one's still in California.
Mm-hmm.
But then other people have said like, and some of them takes place in the Midwest, maybe tropical area.
Well, the LA cops in the 40s and 50s were corrupt as all get out.
Well, I mean, I don't think Brandon, do you remember seeing anything, a depiction of winter or snow in Dick Tracy?
There's only been how many issues?
7 issues.
Yeah, it's been less than 10. So
you would know though, because I said it's not like it said it's not set in just one season. So maybe, like I said, it probably is in California. Evil Black Cat, no one cares about blood. And what do you do with the other one? Where's less evil Ginger Cat? All right. Black Cat got in the Red Coat's Applejack. Maybe. But all right, let me check my phone one last time to see if he messaged. Still at Bible study. We're running late tonight because we didn't get together last week because of the snow. All right. Well, I'm gonna text him. We're wrapping up. All right. How dare he choose religion over us?
This should be his religion.
As long as he's not doing any salutes. That's all.
You mean like Tampon Tim?
No, not that.
No.
And he's old news. Don't talk about it anymore. I was talking more about when they talk about from their hearts to everyone else. Yeah. I saw there's a new commercial. I saw that is a shoulder pad. It keeps you from arm going higher than this. That way. So it looks like you're just patting a small child. You know, your arm won't go up higher than that.
That's funny.
No, but oh, that's another thing I saw too. Mark Millar's got one of his comics got an option for a Netflix show. We might be
what a surprise!
Magic Order.
Magic Order. Which I'm really looking forward to seeing that on Netflix. I didn't watch his Jupiter Legacy because I wasn't really into the book, so I don't know if that got welcomified or not.
Speaking of Netflix, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but you guys ever watch Cobra Kai?
Yeah, I'm behind. I gotta watch I guess I watched the first part of the first 6 episodes of the season, and they released the next part already.
Yeah, the 13th to do the last season part of it, but Hawk is coming up. Kid with the mohawk.
What about him?
He's coming up here.
Oh, okay, all right. You got Netflix calling a cab. What?
I already did that joke.
No.
The cab, lift thing.
I don't know.
Wasn't good when I did it. So.
No, but honestly, I wanted to see the Magic Order done like it is in the comic books. Obviously, I don't want to see where we're just gonna race swap characters just to race swap. I don't want that bullshit. Honestly, I just want a good show.
From what little I know of Mark Millar, I don't think he'd let that happen.
I don't give two shits about Warhammer, but I know with knowing that it's actually going to be Henry Cavill in there, and Henry Cavill actually is going to make it authentic. So I'm like, dude, I actually want to check this out. I've seen parts of the new game that came out. I think it was last year.
I think that's what got him fired from The Witcher, because he was clashing with the producer, saying that's not the way it would work and stuff like that.
Well,
so
he's a fan of the books and the games. He said, no, why are you adding this BS bullshit in here? The wokeness.
Yeah. And they fired him because of it.
Yep.
As if that would actually hurt him. He's got enough. Yeah, he'll get hired for other stuff.
Like I said, we'll see how good the Superman movie is, because a lot of people are still pissed off with how James Gunn brought him in, and then said no.
Did you see the trailer where they had him flying?
I'm just tired of the trailers, man. Just release the movie. At this point, I don't need any more. I don't watch trailers that often, but it's just like when you have a teaser of a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
And my other problem is this: if you're gonna do Superboy, because that's what he looks like, and just bring it. Just make at this point the movie should have been Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, and that outfit of his looks horrible.
Because he looks young compared to.
And he's got that broccoli hairstyle, that broccoli head hairstyle, which looks.
Oh yeah, when he's Clark Kent. Honestly, why don't they if they want to have him for 10 years, do Superboy and Legion of Superheroes. Age him up, get a Tom Holland kid. Let's see here. Cavill is a fan of Warhammer, and he won't put up shenanigans. They better not do what he said about Crypto in the movie.
How it should have ended. And
he didn't say no. You talking about the James Gunn thing? Yeah, they brought him in, dude. And then they decided, they had him, dude, the middle of The Witcher. He gave up doing The Witcher. They go into talks of being Superman again, and then they turned around and said, "Yeah, we're not going to have you. We're going to go a different way."
Yeah, because they screwed him by bringing him back for the stinger credit on Black Adam.
Black Adam.
They said, "Oh, we're going to have the YouTube fight." And then they're like, "Oh, psych, just kidding," And I would never, if I was him, I would never even. Anytime James Gunn would try and talk to him, I'd be like, "Yeah, no, sorry."
No, his question to you seeing the flying trailer. Oh. Yeah, honestly, I don't care about the new movie, but hey, I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad movie. I'm just saying I don't really have attachment to any of these movies coming out.
I'm probably gonna go see it.
Dude, I watched Werewolves with Frank Grillo, and I had fun with that, and that's a really low budget movie too.
Werewolves with Frank Grillo.
Yeah, dude. Frank Grillo is Frank Grillo is your 80s action movie guy.
Oh, hey.
I don't know why they don't give him more. They should do more action movies with him. I loved Boss Level. That was a great movie.
There was also a movie called, this came out a couple of years ago. Werewolves Amongst Us. I didn't realize that was based on a game. That was actually a pretty good movie.
Werewolves Amongst Us? Yeah, it was, there's a movie for that?
Yeah. In and Out. I think it was only in the theaters for like a couple of weeks. It's up on, I think it's on Prime or something like that. But
Werewolves Amongst Us is a Fable-Sync book.
But I also
did a series, yeah. So
I also just saw a movie called X.
Oh, it's called Wolf Among Us. Sorry.
Yeah. I think my favorite.
There's no movie for that though.
What?
So what movie are we talking about?
It's Werewolves Amongst Us. I think it was based on a video game or a game. Speaking of werewolves, my second favorite werewolf movie is Wolf by Jack Nicholson. Incredible movie.
Never seen it. Werewolf the Beast Among Us?
Yep.
Totally different movie. That's, yeah.
Guys, I think I'm going to jump off here. I haven't eaten yet, and I'm going to go grab something to eat.
Yeah, I haven't eaten either, but it's only
all right.
It's only 10 to 7 here, so I can.
Yeah. Anyway, though, thanks guys for stopping by. You guys know the drill. If you haven't done so, please leave a like, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. You get all notifications. Go on the YouTube on your phone. Go to settings. Make sure that you get notifications for your phone, for your mobile devices. Also, check out the Ko-Fi link. Go across here, ko-fi.com/Palpatine if you want to help support the channel that way. And I'll leave a comment down below. Let us know what you got for this week for our comic books and what you're looking forward to maybe checking out. All right. And quit advertising other people's streams on this channel, Rhaegar. How dare you? You should only talk about our channel when you're here. Loyalty. That's what we want. All right.
Yeah, I mean, as loyal as Zach was to the stream for the past 2-3 weeks.
Well, it's God before us, right?
Yeah. Shows you his loyalty, isn't it?
Well, that's why it's like I said, if Breen ever says God before us, he ain't come back. You too might be. I might be the only one on the channel because Zach's too busy, and then you guys are basically 20 years from now are basically in the home.
I'm not gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna be alive in 20 years.
Well, we'll find out.
Hell, the way I've been feeling lately, I think I might make it to the end of 2025.
When we have our 20th anniversary special, I'll let you guys on.
Okay.
We'll be reading, but it'll only be half of us reading. They'll put you both up to the microphone, and you guys will just sit there in your wheelchairs. Change the channel. I can't move.
We're sitting there, head tilted to the side, drool falling out of our mouth.
Look he likes it. We'll just read more. We'll just read more books, and now we'll read Hush. And I'll just read like a whole our Star Trek, or just put on some books that Breen doesn't like. Just start reading those.
To the Lord of the Rings.
It's like the Joker in the Dark Knight Returns, where how Frank Miller's book, where he's in a catatonic state, but as soon as he sees or hears mention of Batman, he wakes up. That'll be Breen just to say, "Eat hot, death, Venkman." All right. And then Zach will still be busy at the Bible study.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys
Same
tomorrow.
meeting.
This is the same meeting, but this time we'll have different breadsheets on. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Don't know what we're reading. Maybe it'll be Avengers. Maybe it'll be Fantasy 4. We'll find out. Later, guys.
Good night, kids.
Later.